Trump got elected in November month. He's looking more like the active president than Joe Biden. His hires for the role are interesting choices, so do his statesmen always. One of his posts on Truth Social about buying Greenland made headlines, and the century-old issue resurfaced. Yeah, century-old. So what's the matter? Trump posted on Truth Social on 23rd December 2024, quote, "For the purpose of national security and freedom throughout the world, the United States of America feels that the ownership and control of Greenland is an absolute necessity." Also on 26th December, while wishing America a Merry Christmas, he posted, quote, "Likewise to the people of Greenland, which is needed by the United States for national security purposes and who want the US to be there, and we will." Within 3 days, twice he posted about taking the ownership of Greenland. In 2019 also, Trump and his team touched the topic, and his team commented, quote, "United States can subsidize Greenland for much more than Denmark can. As of January 2020, the subsidy is less than the annual budget of El Paso, Texas." This caused great controversy between US, Denmark and Greenland, and Trump cancelled his state visit to Denmark on 20th August 2019. But why would a superpower want to buy a frozen island with population of 56,865 people? The amount of people that are spectators at small American high school football game. So Greenland is this island up north of Canada near Arctic Circle, which is an autonomous territory of Kingdom of Denmark. Greenland has 90% of Greenland Inuit people, with 7.5 are Danish. After the Treaty of Kiel in 1840, Denmark got control of Greenland from Norway. Until today, it stays the same. But between today and 1814, many things happened. In 1867, United States Secretary of State William H. Seward negotiated the Alaska Purchase from Russian Empire. He also considered the idea of annexation of both Greenland and Iceland. In 1868, negotiations by Secretary for purpose of Greenland and Iceland were nearly complete for $5.5 million in gold. Seward commissioned a report but never made an offer. American Charles Francis Hall was the first to see Northwest Greenland during Polaris expedition. And Robert Peary claimed much of North during Arctic expedition, which made America's claim strong for Greenland. Again in 1910, the proposal was discussed to buy Greenland and Danish West Indies, with Denmark trading Mindanao and Palawan for it. But it didn't fructify. When United States wanted to purchase the Danish West Indies during the World War I, Denmark required the country to recognize the Danish claim over the whole island. United States Secretary of State Robert Lansing did so in 1970. Peary opposed the United States giving up the claim to Greenland, as doing so would violate the 1823 Monroe Doctrine, which states that the US would not tolerate further colonization of the Americas by European powers. He wanted to purchase the island for mineral wealth and to avoid foreign bases that would, as in air and sea technology improved, threaten his country. During World War II, the United States decided that obtaining the Danish West Indies to defend Panama Canal was important. Denmark formally declared the sovereignty over all Greenland in 1921. By the early 1940s, the government agreed about Greenland's importance to Arctic policy of United States. Before World War II, the island was part of Rainbow 4, a contingency plan to deal with siege of North America, in which the United States was simultaneously attacked from every direction with every great power. The Rainbow 4 America forces would preemptively seize all Dutch, Danish and French possessions in Western Hemisphere, including Greenland, and garrison them to form a defensive perimeter around the United States. The German invasion of Denmark on April 9, 1940s complicated the legal status of Greenland in World War II. Sensing Germany might invade Greenland, the United States for the first time applied the Monroe Doctrine on European colonies in North Atlantic Ocean. The US landed armed United States Coast Guard personnel from USCGC Northland in Greenland to hold the territory. But this happened like a cinema script. Prior to landing, the Coast Guardsmen were formally discharged from the service and reconstituted as force of volunteers. This was done to create a legal fiction that would avoid charges of American invasion of the country. The United States being neutral and Danish government in exile not having agreed to the landing. The Danish government later agreed to the official entry of United States forces in Greenland, and United States Army occupied the island in 1941. In 1946, the Joint Chiefs of Staff listed Greenland and Iceland as 2 of 3 essential international locations for American bases. These were more important to the US than other Western European nations, as Greenland is on the shortest polar route between Washington and Moscow, and about the midway between the two cities. In 1946, the United States offered Denmark $100 million, $1 billion today, in gold bullion for Greenland, calling it a military necessity. William C. Tremble of State Department suggested that $100 million prize and discussed an alternate offer of land in Point Barrow, Alaska. Had the Alaska trade occurred from 1967, Denmark would have benefited from Prudhoe Bay oil field, the richest petroleum discovery in American history. All Danish parties rejected the sales once they heard the rumor of the offer. In April 1951, Denmark and United States signed a treaty that gave the latter exclusive jurisdiction over defense area within Greenland. In 1953, Operation Blue Jay, the US built Thule Air Base in northern Greenland. From 1959, Greenland was part of North American Aerospace Defense Command, NORAD. Though after the Cold War ended, US interest drastically reduced in the island. Since then, in 2019, Trump made an offer to buy the island, giving rebirth to the issue. Russia has massively expanded in Arctic recently, considering its national security and economic development. Due to climate change by 2030, the Northern Sea route will be ice-free, opening the Arctic shipping route. China has declared itself a near Arctic state as part of its Arctic policy in 2018. Considering the strategic location of Greenland, China has invested a record $2 billion in Greenland from 2012 to 2017, considering the Arctic as a new front. The US is well aware of this and made a move. The United States, Russia, and China has increased their attention to Greenland and Arctic geopolitics, considering the new reality of 21st century. Walter Berbrick of the Naval War College said in 2019, "Whoever holds Greenland will hold the Arctic. It's the most important strategic location in the Arctic, perhaps the world." In 2018, the American re-established the state's second fleet, responsible for North Atlantic. The US reopened their consulate in Greenland in June 2020, which was closed in 1953. Greenland, 3 times the size of Texas, has a vast natural resources, including uranium, rare earth metals, an estimated 50 billion barrels of offshore oil and gas. The island has the largest deposit of rare earths outside China, as of China war of rare earth metal and its dominant position in it. The US purchase of Greenland would give an edge to US in rare earth metal security. As of today, Greenland is an autonomous country within the Kingdom of Denmark. The island declared in February 2024 that independence is its goal. With Greenland home rule, elected leaders decide most internal affairs. Denmark controls foreign affairs and guards sea borders, while the United States controls external defense. The American president benefits Danish civil authority over the island, however, and allows the country to spend less on NATO while avoiding having foreign troops on Danish soil. The country lives on Danish subsidy and is looking for investment in mining and infrastructure. About 2/3 of Greenlanders support independence but do not believe that it is viable without the Danish subsidy. But things might change after US purchase. If US purchases Greenland in August 2019, the Washington Post estimated the purchase price of Greenland will fall between $200 million and $1.7 trillion, with a middle estimate of $42.6 billion. 24/7 Wall Street estimated a purchase price for Greenland of $533 billion. With the purchase, United States would become the second largest nation in the world by land area after Russia, and it would be single largest territorial acquisition in American history, slightly larger than Louisiana purchase. So let's see how this large real estate deal goes, as mentioned by Trump as per The Guardian.